Welcome to the shores of the Sea of Galilee, and thank you for joining us this morning on Daily Devotions. Right now, I want you to come back with me and read a passage of Scripture in Mark chapter 10, beginning with verse 32. As they were on the road going up to Jerusalem, and Jesus was walking ahead of them, they were amazed, and those who followed him were afraid. And taking the 12 again, he began to tell them what was to happen to him, saying, "See, we are going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be delivered over to the chief priests and scribes, and they will condemn him to death and deliver him over to the Gentiles. And they will mock him, spit on him, flog him, and kill him. And after 3 days, he will rise. And after 3 days, he will rise. And after 3 days, he will rise." Go through the Gospels and see how many times Jesus told the disciples very privately, "They're going to kill me. I am going to die." Jesus, as a leader, prepared his followers for the hard things, prepared those who followed him for the crises. He said, "Listen, I'm going to die." But he also gave them hope. He said, "And on the third day, I will rise." Now, somehow in the discouragement of all the events of seeing his suffering and seeing his death on the cross, they forgot the last sentence, "And on the third day, I will rise." They forgot the hope that Jesus gave them. So they all came back here to the shores of the Sea of Galilee, and they went back to their fishing, and they went back to their nets, and they went back to their old lives in discouragement. How many times have I watched Christians living for Jesus, doing so well, and then a crisis comes, and they're discouraged. And in their discouragement, they return to their old way of life because you forgot the words of hope that God always speaks to us. For Jesus, his words of hope were, "On the third day, I will rise." I mean, please forgive me, but what should have happened is that the apostles would have gone and built a campfire outside of the tomb and waited for him to rise. I mean, he said, "On the third day, I will arise." They should have been there. They should have seen the angel roll away the stone. They should have seen the events unfold, but they weren't there because in their discouragement, they came down to Galilee and returned to their former lives. Jesus has spoken words of encouragement to you. He's told you that he would never leave you, fail you, or forsake you. He's told you that he would be with you always to the end of the age. He's told you that though the righteous man falls 7 times, he rises again. I mean, all the scriptures of hope throughout the Bible. He hasn't just warned you that in this world you will have trouble. He's given you the hope that with God all things are going to be all right, that God causes all things to work together for those who love him and are called according to his purpose. My friend, please, if you're going through a hard time today, would you lift up your head beyond the crisis and begin to look at the words of hope God has spoken to you? Don't go back to your old way of life. Keep moving forward into the new life that God has for you by listening to his words of hope.
Thank you for joining us today. Catch Daily Devotions every Monday to Sunday at 9:30 a.m., 5:30 p.m., and 9:30 p.m. on DZBR 531 a.m. or visit www.bible.radio. On April 15, Good Friday, we invite you to the annual School of the Cross in all Cathedral of Praise campuses. Learn the real story, the biblical truths and historical facts surrounding the sacrifice and triumph of Jesus Christ on the cross. Plan the trip of a lifetime. See the Bible come to life and join COP Israel Tour 2023. For inquiries, message us now at 0998-583-9781 or at facebook.com/cop.israeltour. You may also send an email to israeltour@cathedralofpraise.com.ph.